Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new play-by-play video. Today we're going to be playing some Thor. Not exactly sure what we're landing against just yet, but we'll figure it out. As always, before we start, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what types of characters you'd like to see next. And yeah, we'll get started. So for the Thor build, you obviously do want to rush teleport and you want to go Horn Shard. Your starter is already kind of declarative of like how you're going to play the lane and what you're looking to do. You can go Bluestone, and if you go Bluestone, you'll have better clear, um, and slightly, better like health sustain just through HP 5 overall and mana sustain more importantly, so that if you lose a blue, it's not the end of the world. Or you can go Warrior's Axe for a little bit better God fight, but slightly worse clear. Um, and then no mana sustain. Personally, I'm more of a Bluestone fan on Thor, just because I think that, if you do lose your blue, it's not the end of the world with a build like this. For a first item, we're either going to go Black Thorn or Runeforged. I also like the idea of just being able to clear these buffs at level 1 a little bit better, which just means you come into lane with a tiny bit more health. Generally, to me, that feels more, beneficial. One thing to know also is with their comp specifically, they do have a quad fizz comp, so my build's going to be a little bit different than a standard Thor build, but typically I'd be going Bluestone or Runeforge, Breastplate, Stone of Binding, Pridwin, and then like an Onis or an Archdruids. This game will go either Blackthorn or Runeforge, kind of just depending. The thing that we're sort of using as our depending meter is that Blackthorn tier 2 is cheaper. When I back, I want to make sure I have enough for a tier 2 item and a chalice, so if I can afford tier 2 Runeforge and a chalice at 850, I'll do it. If I can't, I'll just go for Blackthorn. That's literally the only a differentiating factor. But we'll be going a breastplate, probably a void shield this game, maybe a glad shield, stuff like that. As they are a quad fizz comp, so no magical defense for us this game. Generally with Thor's lanes, they're a little bit awkward. He's got pretty good kill potential, but his actual clear potential is sort of sacrificed, if you are going for the kill, and then that brings a lot of complications. We are laning against Suku Colin because he's not level 2. In terms of kill pressure in this lane, it's going to be pretty low. I'm going to be kind of just like running around, going to be trying to be hard to hit, sort of similarly to like a Loki play style almost. And I'm just going to kind of play safe here, tag this wave, give him his respect because he's got pressure. He's rushing a Mystical Male with his build, so he's definitely going to be a big threat. And yeah, in a lane like this where he's rushing defense, especially Mystical, on Kukulkan, who's going to be in rage form half the time, really isn't going to be a lane that we're going to be winning, and that's totally fine. The most important thing as you see me drag those minions into tower is just playing with their health bar and basically just keeping our health bar fairly high, so that, includes spacing from him. If we are going to walk up to do things, it means getting the hell up out of here. This guy went like a shard. That is crazy stuff. And we will be fine. But yeah, that wing shard almost got us killed. Holy, he started autoing us super fast right there. Definitely haven't seen people build that anytime recently. But we got the totem, so isn't the end of the world. It was a little spooky though. And yeah, again, we just want to kind of play safe, get to that 750, 850 price point. I didn't expect to take that much damage, but when you when you get a shard like that and you just kind of go ham, I guess that can work, right? So just making sure we kind of play safe, try to avoid abilities like that one and the jump that I thought was coming after. Just to keep our health bar up as high as possible. We see this Merc in mid, so we have an opportunity to contest these camps. I can also just kind of brute force one of them. This is a little bit dodgy, and we might not actually get it. But as long as we kind of are like snappy with our secure, especially once we have our wall, we have a pretty decent chance to stun / auto one and actually have pretty good secure on those types of camps. We're just going to hit those on the side, hit level 4, and we're going to do the exact same thing with this Naga camp here. Hopefully we'll get this. He's level 4 as well. This isn't going to be the easiest thing. But yeah, like I said, we either stun him if he jumps it, we just, go ham on the camp. If not, we can stun him and just one it. And we get both neutrals despite being in a losing lane. And, you can kind of have a little bit of that flexibility and, hard to shut down / lock down variety when you're playing a god like this who's really mobile. We'll get our blue in a second, and again, we are ahead right now. That doesn't mean just because we are ahead that we can win the fight. I'm going to put another point in my 1 here just because we're prioritizing clearing. I'm not expecting a gank just yet. We'll get level 6 and then level roll. But yeah, just because we are ahead does not mean we win the fight. Especially he's got tier 2 mystical. I've got this crap that gives me a little bit of power, health, HP 5. It's a nice item, but by no means do we ever win a fight against this Cuckoo. We are just playing to out-secure him. just do what we do. Because if we can get ahead, you know, we're going to generally be pretty good. Again, I would consider this character more in the Loki kind of Amaterasu, like a middle ground in between those two, where Loki's all the time running away and Ama's kind of fighting, but mostly playing the farm, somewhere in between those two. Not quite as fight heavy as an Ama could be, but not as evasive as a Loki is, you know, attempting to be. And, you know, because we do have that extra level in our 1, we're able to clear a little bit quicker. I'm just going to kind of ring around this little circle with him. And you see those minions that, because he decided to kind of just chase us, you know, he's going to lose those minions. He'll get the totem again. I don't mind too much about that. I'm playing for tangible, like, XP and gold. So he lost a couple of minions there. He got the totem, but he lost the silver. I'm going to let him dash this wave, then we're just going to do this. Or he'll just ult it. That's fine. Either way, I want to make sure I actually get this camp. We got it. We got it. Just barely with that bluestone tick. It was 1 health. Thank gosh. Okay. That would have been so sad. But again, just kind of playing evasive. You know, we're keeping our health bar as much as we can just by like running away from him in the spots. We can do a quick little damage check, and as you can see, it's not terrible, but it's not anything to write home about. You know, kill pressure in this lane again is not really the aim of the game. Staying near him when he's got tier 2 mystical and stuff is just not a good time. So no real reason to do it. Again, we'll continue to back up. It's okay that I lose bastions and all that stuff. Again, we are just trying to stabilize, stalemate. And if you stalemate in a game like this, in a lane like this, it's definitely good luck. Get a little bit of damage on him right there. Back up. Our Raven is actually here, and this guy is pretty aggressive. I can look for a double tap on him. We're a little bit off the mark. Use my 3 for knock-up immunity. Let's see, do we ever get the kill here? We do, nice job. So yeah, obviously we can play a bit aggressive when our jungler's here and he's super far pushed up. We got some damage. I didn't get the second double tap, but still was okay. I'm gonna run around this wall. We got help here. Good try. Should have waited. That's okay though. The point is we live, and we got a Merkel too, which is obviously super valuable. It means I'm actually allowed to like push up on this wave. Normally I wouldn't, but we have these two guys who are just walking wards for us at this point. And we'll get this. I'm going to call enemy missing and retreat. If they can get the blue, great, but I just don't know exactly when it spawns, and I don't want them to linger for too long. We'll get our blue here. We can honestly greed just for teleport cooldown. 30 seconds isn't too bad. I'm getting some mana sustaining with blue and totem and all that stuff, so we'll play pretty safe. He'll get this Naga camp. That's fine by me. Again, we have a pretty nice lead here. You don't see it reflected in the gold because we've gotten so many waves pushed under, which is pretty expectant. You know, generally speaking, your Thor matchups are really going to be great when you're against a character who can't actually push an advantage too hard. And especially one that can't secure too great. So, you know, Guardians, other Assassins can be really, you know, good matchups for Thor, but Warriors, for the most part, he struggles into. Osiris isn't great, Cullen's not great. But as long as you're playing with securing in mind, as we are, you definitely still have the opportunity to kind of outplay and build a lead. And ultimately, matchups don't matter too much if you can just get ahead. That's sort of the point of a good matchup. So if we're negating that, you know, I don't mind the fact that I'm not really able to fight contest totem, stuff like that. Because some things are just going to have to go by the wayside. We can look at that silver camp, maybe. Getting this proxy is nice, because if I don't want to look at it or it just feels kind of unfeasible, maybe we can put some pressure in mid, do something there. I'm not saying we absolutely can. Merc is here. He's going to go on us a little bit. I'm going to get my Runeforge stun, get the double tap off the mark. But we got the 3 off, put him down to 45% health, and yeah, Kukulkan will get the silver, but we forced Merc out. We just made him waste some time and back. Like, it is objectively like not that bad because our jungler's farming. We stopped their jungler from farming. Again, we're not building maybe the leads that you would potentially want for ourselves, but if we're transferring a lead to someone else, it's not a bad look either. I'm just going to take this time here to reset probably. I can stay. There's not really a huge thing for me to back or not to get tier 2 breastplate, but that's kind of whatever. If these left mids are up, I'll just do them. They are, sure. And we've also put ourselves in an opportunity where if they do dive or something in mid, which they aren't, but if they looked for something in mid there, we'd be right local to help. He's going to do the Naga camp again. I'm kind of giving up some of these neutrals at that point to get farms, so it's not too bad. Okay, he's not even here. I don't know where he is, but we'll just burst this down really quick. It despawns at 8 minutes, so just barely get it in time. We don't have wave pressure here. There's a chance he just sprints our blue, but he's on totem. Seems like we'll be okay. And I'm going to drag this in so I can make sure I actually can get to my blue. Let's see if he goes for this. It looks like he will. I'm going to drag this all the way back. And it's going to be up to us to secure it. So, best bet to do is just kind of auto 1-3. And yeah, usually we'll get it if that's the case. As long as you're... you got him stunned. The Mystical Mail made it a little bit scary, a little bit close. I didn't have the best kind of secure thing there. But look how far he ends up getting pushed out just to kind of follow us on a play. And we're able to get a little bit of damage, follow him a little bit. I don't think we'll actually get a kill off of this, but you know, just taking that pressure on him, making him get low, securing our camp is automatically just a win. And this area is now just in the absolute worst spot in the world. Get another assist, 002. Slight little lead for us being built right now in XP and gold, and yeah, just kind of carry on. Again, this is a solo laner that you're really going to be like weak side most of the time, in the sense of like people won't be playing off you too much, but if you can make them overextend just by, you know, baiting them forward, stuff like that, it can be super, super good. I will take a lot of damage here, but I do have like hammer coming up, so I'm more than okay. I love that this guy's like trying to do something. I'm a little sketched out. Well, that was a great block. Oh, he is just dead, yeah. Oh, this Sobek's just the beast. He's just the best. Good job. Yeah, I did not, like, I was playing really, like, hesitant there because I thought the Merc was just coming, but he wasn't. This guy owned him, so well done, bro. Well done. Yeah, I could have helped him a little more, but regardless, we get that. I have to play a little bit safer. I definitely don't want to get Merc ulted, so we're going to kind of, like, try to stay out of lines of sight. We see Merc in mid, and now we're good to go, but... yeah, ideally before that we stay out of like lines of sight. I do have TP coming up. I'm gonna quickly just flirt over at their back left, excuse me. Slash look over mid. I know I'm low, but they're also low, and this fight is definitely happening in mid. I'm gonna look for this Mercury on this left side. He is just dead. Can come over mid as well. Get the stun. Always fun to get a wall kill. And this Ares looks like he is doomed as well. It pays sometimes just to be a little bit patient, overstay a little bit for rotation. We're going to reset, go over to the left side. Again, we are going physical defense only this game as they have quad phase. We're going into a beads here, of course, getting some wards. You know, you could go blink on Thor, but generally speaking, I think beads is going to make you so much of a more dynamic character, and blink can be good, especially on a tank build, just to like blink, get walls, but you can generally speaking hammer in, get walls, as long as you're being somewhat evasive, and you should still be pretty successful. We're going to be more so a setup character late, and having beads, you know, into an Ares is also obviously a good look. This game we also definitely want to go Spectral. They have double crit, which is a bit silly by them, but you know, easy for us to itemize into, so we'll be going a Spectral after this Glad Shield, and then slapping in some kind of a damage item last, most likely. Maybe a Brawler's, maybe a Serrated, could be a Heartseeker, could be a Crusher. Any of those kinds of items seem pretty good to me. And I didn't pick that up because, again, I just want to like kind of be safe. I'm 3 levels up, 2.5 levels up maybe. But even then, in terms of actually fighting him, I'm really not winning those fights. I know that sounds crazy, but promise you, like, the best we'll do is trade even, and that really doesn't benefit me when I want to be rotating around the map, because in terms of a lead, I have one, you know, and I want to be able to actually apply that onto people. We will run away from this guy. Not think he'd be just waiting for me there. And the best bet into a Thor solo that you can do is just, number one, try to like make your secures cleaner and crisper. There was definitely a chance he could have gotten some of those buffs. It's just sort of a solo and like practice thing, and just getting better, quite frankly. But another thing is just trying to tag me as much as you can, poke me as much as you can, and keep me away from rotating with a full health bar. Now, obviously, the goal as a Thor is to avoid the person, so it's a game of cat and mouse a little bit, but if you can get poke on me and I don't really get to rotate, then obviously the matchup's sort of contained, right? A little bit off the mark there. We got the double tap, though. I can just go back left. Again, I'm going to miss a little bit of farm here, but it was worth looking for something. You know, we are a global character. We want to be hovering mid as much as we can. Yeah, we lost 2 minions. Lost some gold. Like, it's not the end of the world. We have a lead that we can, you know, leverage as a cushion for situations like that. We almost have enough for Glad Shield, 1650 for that, so just making sure that we can get to that point before before we reset. Some of these words trip you up a little bit, I can't lie. Is really, really important, and we'll We'll look to back sometime soon if we need to. Sobek's here. I'm a little worried that they just like look for gold or something. Again, we should be able to do this fairly simply. And yeah, Cuckoo's not even going to be here in time, so I can just hammer it. And we'll go back left. Yeah, again, he definitely should have been around gold because that was a really obvious pull. I could have called that earlier, but yeah, it was a bit silly. All good though. We got his blue at least. And he's really wanting to go for this kill, so I'm not going to completely oppose it, but again, I just don't think he's on the right side of the map, in all honesty. Like, we're ahead, so we don't really need a kill, you know? But if our stat line looks better, it looks better. It is what it is. We're going to go in the air right now. Just make sure this is easy. And that is one more. Again, our TP is up now. I can upgrade my teleport as well, and that's what I'll do soon. I'm going to just kind of get these bastions out of the way. And then reset afterwards. Might have to peel this guy. Let me see. He's kind of fighting in, so I think he's okay. Yeah, it looks like he's fine. Got a double tap on him. We are almost there. Oh man. Okay, bastions are done. Gonna reset right after getting the silver here, and yeah, Pyromancer is kind of the objective, the focus that we're gonna look for, and we'll see what we can do on that. Yeah, I'm thinking what I might do here is, like, Glad Shield's super good, obviously. What I'm thinking, actually, no. I was thinking I'm going to go a Spectral upgrade right away, but I want to make sure I get this tier 3 TP, so... excuse me, not going to happen. Got tier 1 Spectral, though. The Glad Shield's going to give us HP 5, some cooldown, protections, and obviously, like, power through our abilities, so sort of, so... good looks all around. We're at 30% cooldown. Getting the yellow mask is really good on this god. Getting the blue mask can be good if you need the cooldown. Either one, you know, feels fine. I'm going to go up in the air right now. Cucullin's not my target, but if I do land on him, it's not too bad. If he's the only person who's going to walk in, he won't even reach it. Yeah, this ult's just kind of a zoning ult. We can kind of land, go for a bit of poke. We're off the mark, but that's fine. We'll try to push this wave first, go to his blue. Again, not too much action right now in this mid game. It's kind of stabilized a bit. My mid lane rotations didn't really find pay dirt, so you can kind of just chill around and wait for the next sort of big objective, which will be gold, right? And till then, yeah, just kind of like do our thing. Get that super easy. Again, we always like know, like when it comes to like that 250, 240 range, we're always winning those, even 300. So if it's 400, we can't insta-secure it, but he definitely can't. So we're more than okay with letting him just use something. I'm going to rotate mid here. We got the pro. We don't have ult for 10, but still looks really good. Again, you know, when they have a quad phase comp, especially like some kind of warrior mid or something, it's so much dive on their team. If we just draft counter dive or have something like a Thor, it's super, super effective. So a little bit out of range there. He almost like walked up into it. Maybe I could have waited a little longer. That's okay though. Oh, this guy is super dead. That was a good try. Alright, we'll go back left here, I think. I'm gonna TP left, push the wave, and then use our teleporter just to go to what is it called? Go to Goldfear because it's coming up. I want to farm a little bit more, you know, before we make that committed rotation. Because we have a little bit more time. See, one thing that this Cuckoo's doing wrong is, like, he definitely should be at those camps, you know what I mean? Like, he's letting us... We've managed to out-secure him a good bit, but you still want to be putting on pressure, and, like, you have an opportunity to get it. It's not like it's a foregone conclusion, right? So he's kind of playing a little too passive. I know he's behind and all that stuff, but you definitely should still put some pressure on. Because if I'm, like, hesitant to rotate, I guess we're just giving it up. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, I feel like we can hold this. If Mercury's just on it, like they obviously burn it, but okay, that was almost a little scary. We had beads though, so we'd be fine. Again, like I'm way stronger than this Cuckoo, so like we can win a fight. I feel like we should just pull this, to be honest. Like Cuckoo's on left. I know he can TP obviously, but like at some point, boys, you just got to make a play. We're gonna put a wall here. The wall was ass, I won't lie, but hopefully we can just win the fight after, maybe. We have to get off of this, and then we just take the fight. Got a big ult here. We just have to run out here. And, yeah, we'll just try to run out here. That was really unlucky. Too bad. It's okay. Yeah, like, we just didn't get off of it. I don't know, that was so scuffed. Too bad. That fight should have been good. I just, yeah, I don't know. Too bad. Too bad. That was really unfortunate there. Yeah, on her was 19 though to start that. Like, I don't know. I think that fight was totally fine. We just like didn't play well. It was really unlucky that they Merc ulted the moment I hit him, so I ended up getting stunned by that. That was like pretty stupid. It's alright though. Alrighty, we got Spectral. I mean, no, that I promise you, that fight was definitely just like us not getting off of it right away. Because if we did, like, we just can probably kill that Cuckoo. He's behind back there, and it's not like Anhur was really casting on them because he was on me. And if I die, like, it's whatever, you know what I mean? It's not great, but if it's a trade, at least it's not like a complete loss. That's more so the point. Probably should not have hammered in. That was a bit silly. I mean, hammering in was fine, but I shouldn't have teleported to it. Could look for a land, but it's probably a bad idea, so... Intrusive thoughts right there, almost winning. Anhur is on the right side of the map, or left side of the map, excuse me, so... We're gonna have to probably just give up a Pyro. This guy's really fed now. Before it wasn't too bad because he didn't have a starter and stuff, and he was 19, but... Yeah, now it's no good. We got Spectral, though, at the very least. So in some regards, we're better off. And, yeah, we'll just, we'll try to just get around this Fire Giant here and hold it. We lost Pyro kind of as expected. I can look for a little double tap here. Just do a little bit of damage, I guess. He's really, like, hard committing to this. I'm not trying to do that. A little bit too late anyways, my bad. Got the wall off. Maybe that helps him. You know, it kind of, again, the idea is like... Oh, am I just dead? That is such bad luck, dude. That is such bad luck. We got his beads at least. Too bad. We got a tier 2. Yeah, again, we definitely shouldn't have hard commit defended that. That was really silly. Yeah, I shouldn't have even bothered staying to like wall and peel him because he dies anyways there probably every time. That's tough. I should have just let the Merc ult stun me and then beads after. That was like really kind of messed up timing. All good, all good. We have our Bluestone soon. That's going to help her damage a decent bit. Again, I probably will go with Brawlers, especially since they have Fire Giant. Just going to be the best for like sustainable poke and stuff. Also, once we actually get to the next firefight, hopefully, you know, as long as they don't just like get it, we have a chance to do some real damage on that regard. A little off the mark, unlucky. It seems like this guy will live. That's alright. Game's not over, so no reason to say it is. It's looking bad, I won't lie, but we can come back from this. Totally. Alright, we got some waves out. Really the thing is they're probably going to push right. So if we can just like run around mid-left and just stall it, that's kind of our best bet. And yeah, we got a little bit down. And we'll just run left here again. And look, if they look for a mid-fight and stuff, as long as we don't die, it really shouldn't matter too much. It looks like we might be dying, so... Oh, I can't TP to that. They might just kill him, though. That's really good. Again, like, what should they be doing? Grouping right, going, like, from right to mid to left. So if we can, like, create some kind of counter push with splitting, and then bring someone over, or just, like, at least make them hesitant, it's always going to be good. But they just, like, inted mid right there, so, I mean, that's nice, too. We'll get this mid wave here. It's also just a way to, like, keep ourselves farmed, you know? And on the bright side, I mean, it doesn't look like they can ever get a Phoenix for this fire, so we should be in really good hands in that regard. Gonna get up out of here. People are on the flank, that's fine. We do have numbers here, but they do just have fire. I don't blame him for not plucking in. Probably should have went Spectral already, but it's all good. Well, we can look for double tap poke a little bit. Not too much just yet, just because, you know, our team's not super ripped, which is fine. They're not really doing much. I mean, a Gold Fury for fire, like, isn't really the type of swing you're expecting, so that's totally fine by us. Try to go get this over here. And, great ult. Got his beads. We are out, no problem. Yeah, that was almost really bad. Oh shoot. Okay, I mean a little bit, yeah, definitely a bit questionable by me. But honestly, trading beads ult for beads ult, I'm not saying it's like a win for us, but at least we got something. I should definitely do a little bit better of a job not letting that happen again. We did get crit a whole lot, but that's just RNG in this game now, because you can get like 100% crit almost with 2 items, which is always fun. We got to clear out this right wave here, or else they are going to do some tragic stuff to our Phoenixes over here. I do have TP, so after this wave again, I will rotate over there. We got this breastplate glyph, which will give us a little bit more tankiness, and then we can start going into damage here. I'm going to go a 500 pot though first, just because, quite frankly, like, this fight might just determine the game. A little bit more power. 40 is like effectively as strong as Jotuns in terms of power. It's 5 power less than brawlers. You know, you take what you can for a game swinging fight, right? Definitely the move in a spot like this. Get the double tap off on him, and you are seeing, you know, we definitely do more damage. Great juke by this guy. Got his Aegis there though. This doesn't look that bad. We can still, like, kind of fight this. On her did Aegis as well. This is beads down. Merc did ult, but again, he doesn't have actives right now, so this could be okay to, like, split bit. We're gonna get a big stun off, and I'm just gonna chase him here. A little bit out of range. I have wall in 4 seconds, 3. Seems like this is just going bad. I can't really reach him. This is the clone. We got our ults up in 30. Yeah, really unlucky we just gonna catch the Merc. But we did kill the On Her, and we got both of his actives, so, I mean, it's not, like, bad. It should end up just overall being a stall. This guy's probably just dead, sadly. I'm gonna try to reach him, but I don't think there's much to do here. Okay, that's really good, actually. Yeah, not bad at all. Again, like, we killed her On Her, so they can still do it, because they have a, doing it, meaning the fire, because they have a Merc, but with him, like, kind of not really wanting to look for something too hard right now, I think we'll be fine. I was thinking about maybe ulting for him, but he'd know we're ulting and it'd just be okay. I do have to go get a ward on this. I can't really reset. I'd love to, but we're not really around. If I reset, they could probably just sneak it, so yeah, not having that. Did get a wall off on him, and remember, he doesn't have beads, so if he's going to path around like that, it's going to be real silly for him. That was a stupid play. We don't have our Izanami up just yet, unfortunately, but when he does come up, we have an opportunity. Looking for poke right now is probably our best bet. Played for his backstep. He didn't backstep. That was good by him. But yeah, just fishing generally, like, looking for walls and just playing poke off, that is, like, the play. Unfortunately, like, we don't really have a great comp for that, just because they've got so much dive, and we have, like, a Baron, so we don't really have range, and they are just full dive. Again, getting poke is going to be really valuable, like, with our team, as I, like, wall and we set up, but I don't have too much team follow-up, so it's kind of just up to me to do some damage and have it be that. Like, granted, our damage isn't bad. That is a Wukong full damage, but, like, still, it's not bad at all. Like, if we can get stuff like that to start a fight, you know, we're not, like, really that threatened if they just full commit engage, because obviously they'll be lower. And the whole point is like our appeals, so to speak, in these fights are just going to be, listen, if this Wukong goes in and he's 75% health, if the Smirk goes in, he's 75% health, like, we just have to hope that they can hold the tides there. And chances are they probably can. You never want to engage when you're poked out already, right? So that's sort of our way to win. Now, obviously, if I'm walling in and hammering and double tapping, we're putting ourselves in a lot of pressure when they're hunting like some piranhas right now. So it's definitely a little bit of diciness that you have to embrace, but that is just kind of the nature of the game. We did a lot to that Wukong there. He's forced out. Ares is somewhat low. So really good luck. They're going to get Pyromancer here for sure. I wish we were a little more grouped, but almost actually got that. I didn't have vision. I could have waited, but thought it would just be a done deal. Can look for something here. We did at least poke people out. I did get a stun on the on her. We should attack this. This is really good. Again, just playing that poke, playing patient. We get a pretty good ult here as well. We hit the Merc, which is all that matters, really. And, yeah, Ares will die here. Wall wasn't that great, but Cuckoo should be dead. I'm going to pop beads here for cooldowns. Don't even need it in the end. Isn't Wukong just still in the sky? No, he's not. Okay. Mercury is still like a threat, 100%. I think he beads there, so he's not as much of a threat. I don't die to him in a 1v1. I might not be able to kill him, but I don't die to him. Oh, that was a bad decision right there, my guy. I'm gonna look for him. Does he hover? He's hovering. He's hovering. We can kill him. Can't kill him there. Too bad. We got his beads. Hopefully they don't just steal this. Nice job. Yeah, again, like we can either go for the kill there or go for the zone. It probably would have been a little smarter to go for the zone, but you just gotta like take your chances there sometimes too. And it worked out, fortunately. That kind of would have been our fault. We did have a bomb, to be fair. He didn't use it, so I guess he was confident, and it works out. Go in the air right now. I can go for this Wukong. He doesn't have beads, mind you, so I just double stun, knock up. He is just absolutely doomed right there. And mid is going to be getting some kind of a push here. This is an enhanced fire, unfortunately. But it is a pick that we have. We'll get a little bit of wall damage with the Izanami there. Again, just using our wall to kind of hit frontliners is almost always going to be valuable. This guy's going to go in on us. I get Ares ulted here, but there's not too much follow-up. We want to get another wall here, keep them a bit zoned, keep them a little bit occupied. Try to help our Izzy. Unfortunately, he falls down anyways. But we did get mid-Phoenix, so it still is kind of okay. Got the wall off. This guy should just be dead. Nice job. The Baron heals are kind of going crazy, we'll say. That was a terrible wall by me. Double tap is good, though. Another great Baron combo. We are owning right now. These guys are all popping off. This is great. Wukong goes in. We get the stun on him before he gets his ult off, and he is just popped. Again, that full damage stuff doesn't always work into these ranged stuns. Thor is just such a great dissecting kind of character on dive. Really, really good counter dive from Solo. I'm not sure we actually end here because this damage is spooky. Get the stun off on him though, and he just gets locked, and should just be it. It is wonderful stuff. Yeah, really turned it up just with getting our setup, and people played really well kind of towards the closing half. Baron was 1-6, he ended up 6-7, so a really good turnaround from him. And yeah, I mean it's not easy to play into a full dive comp like that, as a backliner, but just staying alive for the most part. And in those later fights we were good. We were able to just kind of play for our walls. Again, I was looking for less committal poke, but the thing that really swung the game was the on her is just like standing up there looking for something on me, which is obviously like we've got way more variability and offensive power in that kind of a spot. So we'll take a quick look at the stats. I did lose a couple of games, unfortunately, but 34-39, so we're right about almost there to number one again. And then player damage wise, top of the damage, decent warding, didn't really feed in the lane. Again, just playing safe is all you kind of need to do. And yeah, GG's, guys. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all for watching. I will see you sometime soon. I've got a tier list video coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. Really do appreciate it, and peace out.